Public Works Minister Sihle Zikalala yesterday, confirming that 2 complaints were received in 2019 and 2023 on the George building site. The minister further announcing that a number of people, including the developer, the Chief Inspector of Labour, are being investigated. The minister joins me now for that leg of the conversation. Minister Zikalala, good evening to you and thank you for your time. Latching on to the conversation I've just had with Deputy Minister of DERCO, Alvin Bortes, about the plea to the companies involved here to show humanity and solidarity with the families and come forward, particularly with financial help in repatriating those that wish for their loved ones to be buried home. Have you had any positive news on that front?
Well, I wouldn't wish to comment much on that because, as Deputy Minister commented, they are working on it together with respective countries' embassies. But we have said that the Joint Operations Center must coordinate that so that all support, all support that is given be directed into one center, which will then coordinate based on the request available.
Yeah. Minister, I don't have much time with you. However, there are 2 key questions I'd like to put to you briefly before we end. One has to do with these 2 complaints, 2019 and December of 2023. What was the nature of the complaint about that building site?
No, it was a complaint about one of the professionals involved about the conduct or the relationship with the developer in another project, and that was cleared, it was dismissed. Another complaint relating to the same professional, it is still being investigated even now.
And did that have to do with the structural integrity of the building itself, or it's simply related to professional conduct?
It is not about this matter, but it is about the individual concerned who is among the professionals who are working, providing services in this project. And when such a disaster happens, we look on everything. We look on whether such individuals have been involved in other projects before and how was their conduct, and then formulate the idea.
All right. Now that we know, Minister Zikalala, that this company that was involved in constructing this building is not registered with the CIDB, how does it affect investigations?
Well, it does not affect the investigations because the investigation will look from the side of health and safety as led by the Department of Labour, but we will be looking on the professionals who were working there, whether they perform their work accordingly. Whether those professionals are under particular companies, we will be looking on that specifically.
And when we talk about the company not having been registered with the CIDB, so we have 2 companies essentially here, never mind the 6 other subcontractors. In the main, there's the developer and the actual contractor. And I'm going to mention the names because it is important that these companies be mentioned and are known. There is Neotrend. The understanding is that that is the developer. And then there is Leatel Developments. That would have been the contractor. Talk to us about the 2 of them. Which of the 2 are not registered with the CIDB?
Well, Leotel has been registered as a company that do construction. It is not registered, and it is in this case the issue that is maybe hindering us from taking decisive step is that the Act, the CIDB Act, is prescriptive to those companies that do work with the organs of the state. It is on that basis that we're saying there must be an amendment which is now in front of Parliament. Such amendment look on reviewing the mandate of CIDP to include even the private sector and not to be only focusing on the public sector. It must cover everything within the built environment.
Thank you very much for your time, Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Sihle Zikalala. And the abbreviation there that we are referring to when we talk about the CIDB, that's the Construction Industry Development Board. And you've heard the minister there saying that there now needs to be an amendment to look into whether companies should have a choice, I think in essence what he's saying, on whether or not they should be registered with that regulatory body.